And Ngobile, a very good morning to you. And yeah, you're with some startups, those who kind of ventured into this industry, unfortunately at not the best time for them. So what are they saying? What are they saying at the moment? Will they carry on? Will they start afresh? What's the feeling out there?
Well, basically, UV, where I am right now, is a small home for Just Brewing. Now, Just Brewing started in 2004. And this is basically the stuff that they were using before. So you can see this is where they were brewing their beer. None of these stuff now are being used purely because they've had to discard some of their beers to make sure that they are, of course, aligning with what is expected of them at the time. But joining me now is Just Brewing, one of the CEO, Julian, who is obviously the owner and understands the cost of how it has been for them to get here. Perhaps just give us an idea of how has this been on you?
So it's been very tough for us and our team, basically. The fact is that you outlay a lot of money in a brewery. You've also got to outlay a lot of money for ingredients. So like anything else, to make a product, you need to invest in your malt, your yeast, and all of that kind of stuff, and of course the hops. And a lot of the ingredients are all imported, so you've got a stockpile of ingredients that, if you're not looked after, could go off as well, and you might have to discard that as well. So you need a lot of ingredients to create the product. And obviously, if you're not looked after it, you need to discard it. So beer is enjoyed fresh. It is a fast-moving consumer item. So we basically would brew it, ferment it, and of course then put it in packaging, either kegs or cans, and then it needs to be consumed. If it stands for a long period of time, the chances of it going off are a lot more likely. Craft beer is generally unfiltered and unpasteurized, so it's best enjoyed fresh.
So tell me, how much have it costed you to move down, and also that beer that was no longer fresh that you had to discard?
So we've had to discard between 300 and 400 litres of beer. For us, the revenue is quite high on that. And obviously moving is quite expensive. So all the tanks in that are about 200 kilograms each. So you've got to get a big truck in, you've got to get rigging in. So the cost is anything between 35 and 40,000 rand for us to move all of the equipment here.
And so tell me, how are you going to take care of that cost, considering that you've had to shed some of the works as well?
So at the moment, we're obviously looking to recoup. We're rebuilding the brew house, and we would like, obviously, our customers that do support us, we say thank you very much. We will be operational again probably towards the end of the month. And then if they can support us either by visiting our little tap room upstairs and also tasting it, and then purchasing, obviously. So we have got an online store where you can purchase the beers and everything, and you'll be able to support us that way as well.
All right. Thank you very much, Julian.
Thank you.
Now, just moving to one of your chefs. Now, Sipho, I understand that you moved into this industry as a chef, but you're no longer a chef. So perhaps take me through your journey first. How was it like to be a chef?
It's been nice because, you know, when you're doing something which you like, it's always good to you.
All right. And then now I understand that you are basically helping to make sure that this place is up and running again, and you may not be doing the sort of work that you were hoping for. How are you feeling?
It's been hard, but during this period, you know, you have to do anything, because you just sit, because there's no kitchen. What will you eat? So I thought it's good. Just I come here, they're teaching me. You saw me, they were doing the cans there. Now I know that at least I've got something to do, rather than just sitting at home doing nothing.
And of course, you've seen some of your colleagues lose their jobs. Are you grateful at all that you got to keep yours?
Most of them, they're sitting there. They are my neighbors. It's been hard. They're busy asking, Sipho, how far are they? There's nothing. There's nothing, guys. It's very hard. It's very hard.
All right. Thank you very much. So, Yuveka, basically, Sipho was one of their head chefs. Now we understand that he's helping to make sure that basically the business is up and running. From what we have heard, they said that they have moved into a smaller space to ensure that there is business running, but at the same time they have now lost their restaurants and obviously had to bear the cost of everything. But very difficult time for them, of course, celebrating that the ban has been lifted, but quite a hectic time.
And of course, lifted for now. We'll wait and see if we do behave ourselves when it comes to alcohol, then maybe they will be allowed to remain open for longer than we've seen over the past year or so. Thanks so much, Nobile Medlala, just checking up on businesses out there, especially those in the alcohol industry and the startups as well.